Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be learning how to plant asparagus seeds. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So there are two ways to grow asparagus, either from seed or from crowns. People typically buy crowns because they're a year old approximately, so it takes less time for you to actually be able to harvest your asparagus. So I'm going to be growing my asparagus from crowns and seeds, but I have my seeds now, so I'm going to be planting them now, and later on hopefully I'll be able to plant my asparagus crowns. For all asparagus, it takes approximately 2 to 3 years for it to mature, so if you buy a crown, you're taking a year off of that whole thing. Now you might be thinking, what, 3 years? This is crazy. I know it is crazy. I was just as surprised as you, but I am really interested in growing asparagus, and once they grow, they can live up to 20 years. So we got to get started sometime, right? One of the first things you want to do is determine what type of asparagus you want to plant. So you can actually Google what asparagus grow best in my area, in whatever state you're in or whatever city you're in, and you can actually find a couple of different options, and you can go from there when it comes to buying your either the seed that you're gonna buy or the crowns. And I say crowns, but for anybody that's wondering, it looks like roots, basically like really like thick roots, but I don't know if that's the right term for it. So now we're going to be talking about seeds, since this is what this whole video is about. How and when to grow seeds. One of the first things you want to do after you know what asparagus you're going to plant, you want to know when you should plant them. So I got these seeds from Baker Creek. Asparagus seeds that I'm going to be planting today are the Mary Washington asparagus seeds. So in the back of the seed packet, it tells you in the back all the information that you need to know. Really pay attention to the details on the back of your packet because everything varies. And if you're going a Mary Washington like me and your seed packet doesn't have any instructions, all that mine says is soak your seeds for 24 hours, sow indoors 2 to 3 months before last spring frost date. These asparagus seeds sprout in 14 to 21 days, take 2 to 3 years to mature. The ideal temperature for them to grow is 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna be sowing them 1/2 inch deep. They need 6 to 12 hours of full sun. So in this packet, I have 100 seeds, and I'm planning on sowing all of them. And I have my seeds here soaked. So be sure to have your seeds soaked before you keep going. I went a little over the 24 hours just because I wasn't ready to make the video, and I really wanted to record it. So this is a little over. Hopefully it's still okay, but that's it. The seed packet says 24 hours. 2 to 3 months before my last spring frost date is February 1st to March 1st. So I know that that's the time frame within where I'm going to try to plant my asparagus seeds. Today is February 18th, so I'm a little behind, but not really because I have that time frame. So the way to figure out when to plant your asparagus seeds is you can look up what is 2 months away from my last spring frost date, whatever that is for you. For me, it's May 1st. So what I did, and what you can do once you figure out what's your last spring frost date, which I'll link a website below that can tell you what it is really easily. So don't worry about it. What is it? The link is down below. You put your zip code and it tells you. So once you know when your last spring frost date is, all you have to do is just look. Some people, what they do is that they count back, but I don't want to count back. I have a computer for that, and I have Google. All you have to do is look up what is 2 months before this date. So for me, it would be what is 2 months before May 1st, 2022. Oh, and I also search up what is 3 months before May 1st, 2022, so I can get both of those dates and I can get that range. So for me, that's February 1st, 2022 and March 1st, 2022. Asparagus is a cool season crop, but it needs heat to germinate. So we are going to be using a heat mat today to help with the germination. Asparagus seeds can take a while to germinate, which means to grow from the seed, but just be patient. Now let's get started on planting our asparagus seeds. So you're going to want to start with your container, your cells, and fill them up with your seed starting mix. If you haven't seen my video on seed starting mix, I'm making my own seed starting mix, make sure to go check it out. I'll try to link it somewhere. That's the seed starting mix that we're going to be using today. So after you fill up your seed starting mix, you want to make sure to press down just a little bit so that everything there is firmly in place. The next step is making a hole that's 1/2 inch deep. And a lot of people say different things. Some people want to plant 1 seed, some people want to plant 2, and some people want to plant 3 or 4, because the berry where the seeds come from typically have 3 or 4 seeds, and they naturally are okay with falling and growing and making more asparagus. So it's up to you if you want to plant 1, 2, 3, or 4. I think today I'm going to go with 2 seeds. Your seed starting mix should be damp, so make sure it's damp. The way that you can check if it's damp is grabbing a little bit of it and squeezing it, and no water should come out, but it should still be moist and hold its form. After putting in our seeds, you just want to cover up that hole. You can either do that by closing it yourself with your fingers or putting a little bit more of that seed starting mix on top to make sure it's all nice and covered up. So we're going to put these seeds under a heating mat until they germinate, until you see that they sprout. Okay, so once they sprout / germinate, you can take them off the heating mat and put them under some lights. If you already have a seed starting place already set up, you can put your asparagus seeds on the heating mat below light, and you can have it already set up, so once you see them germinate, it's just turning on the light. I will be making a video updating you guys on how it's going, how the seedlings are doing once they sprout and germinate, and going from there. So I hope you guys like this video. Comment down below if you have any questions or any suggestions or any advice. This is my first time growing asparagus seeds. I'm just letting you guys know what I've learned so far, but it is my first time. So if you guys have any advice, that would be greatly appreciated. Watch out for the second video of an update on the asparagus seeds that I planted today. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below if you have any questions, and hit the notification bell down below so you can get notified whenever I post. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.